Um, kind of just tell you what I told our team, and I mean this sincerely. It's not about talent. We have some talent on this football team. Um, we're just not capable right now of executing at a high enough level for a consistent amount of time. It's that simple. Um, and it's our job as coaches to get them to execute better. Pretty simple. We turned the ball over 3 times on offense, back-to-back series within the 40, I think it was. Then in the second half, we had a wide pop for a good gain on first down. We got a chop block. Then we had an 80-yard touchdown run at the end called back that I thought was a tough call to make. Tough call to make. So you could spin that one way, that we could be sitting here probably scored about 35 or 38 points in this game, probably would have had close to 500 yards offense against a really good football team. So we have some talent. We have some weapons. Lamar Jordan came in, I think, for the first time playing, and probably showed you guys a little bit about what we've seen from him. He's got 4 years of football left. I think he can be a good player. Defensively, the first play of the game is kind of a microcosm of what we are. They go to throw the little dump pass. There's nothing there, and the quarterback takes the ball and runs up the seam on us for 52 yards, I think, the first play of the game. We started to settle down a little bit defensively. I felt like at halftime, I thought we could win the game. I'll be dead honest. I thought we could win the football game. But we just came out in the second half and couldn't execute. They take the first drive, 3 plays. I think they score in about 1 minute, 48 seconds, take it 75 yards for a touchdown. You see the burst and the talent we have on offense at times. We have the same kind of talent on defense. We really do. We just don't play. We break down, we cave in. We just cannot execute. And it's no one's fault but our own. And, I leave here in some ways encouraged. I think about 2 years ago when we first got here and we went to Texas and Texas Tech back-to-back weeks, and there was no chance. We were out there on that field, and it was just, we had no chance. I think about last year at Pittsburgh, where we really kind of got just overwhelmed. I think about tonight, and we didn't get overwhelmed talent-wise. It's not that. The past is behind us. We have enough players. We have enough talent. We have got to coach them better. They've got to mature. They've got to grow up. I think we can really be a good football team. I think we can really be a good team. Right now we're in the middle of the storm. Obviously the UTEP game, if we were 1-0 after that one, tonight was kind of game we're sitting here 1-1, but we're not. We're 0-2. We've got an open date. We've got a chance to regroup a little bit. But the biggest thing, we have to get better. I mean, it's hard for you guys when you look at, what happens defensively, and it doesn't look like we're even on the same planet with them. But we really are. It's so frustrating because we spring leaks, just simple things. And then we get gouged. And there's no excuse for it. This is our 3rd year. Even though we've kind of got a new cast of characters now as we move forward, we've got to start stabilizing and getting better execution. But a lot of good things. A lot of good things out there. And a lot of the same things. I know it's frustrating to watch. I'm tired of talking about us getting better. I want to show you that we are getting better. I don't want to just keep talking about it, but I think we do have a chance to be a good football team. I really do. I really believe we have a chance to be a good football team. Clayton Mitchum, the first option there early, ball slips out of his hand. We took him out. I've seen enough. I love him, but you just can't put the ball on the ground. The young guy gave us a little bit more moxie probably. Clayton will get his opportunities again. He's a great kid. But I tell you, Terrion Gibson plays hard, runs hard. we play hard. So I'm starting to ramble around. Any questions, Rick?
Defensively, you got a bye week coming up. Is there anything schematically that you can do or needs to be done?
No, we need to do the same things over and over. You know, like at the end of the game, they've got their backup tailback in there. They run a zone read and the tackle blocks down, and we've got a freshman defensive end that doesn't close down and take the dive, and toom, it's a touchdown. The very next play, they ran it when they came back on offense, and the defensive end closed down and took the dive. It's executing on defense. It's executing. You know, that's what it is.
What did you see from Jordan tonight?
Saw a little playmaker ability, a little point guard kind of mentality. You know, he makes things happen. He's a confident football player. I think he's got a chance to be a good player for us. We did put the ball on the ground 3 times though, but you know, I saw a bright future there with him. Honestly, I like how he plays.
Coach, talking about Jordan, he fumbles, I don't know, second or third play.
Yeah.
What does it say about him that as a freshman he was able to come right back?
Yeah. I think that's what it is. You know, he's not a guy that's going to go in the tank. You know, he won a lot of high school games at Frisco, Texas, played at a high level. I think just what you said right there is what you see. You know, he's going to bounce back and he's going to continue to compete.
Will we see him get some more reps when Cole gets back?
I think so. You know, I think so. I mean, it'd been nice to have played that game with Cole and with Carlos Wiggins. But again, you know, we've got enough guys that now we can kind of withstand somebody going down, I think, if we can just get them to play.
With the bye week, do you think that'll be long enough to get Cole healthy for the state?
I don't know. You know, he's doing better. He's doing better. You know, the good thing is the bye week, you know, we've got 3 of these offenses in a row. You know, Arizona State, New Mexico State, and Fresno are all the same kind of offenses to a degree. So I think that helps us just a little bit defensively, you know, that we can use this tape as a tremendous learning thing, you know. So.
Coach, could you talk about how Jordan was able to also pass the ball? I mean, he looked
Yeah, we had some big third down conversions, you know, throwing the football, and you know, he can throw it. I mean, he's a dual threat guy without any doubt.
Is it fair to say that Lamar's your number 2 quarterback?
Right now, yeah. You know, because of all the things that we've seen. So, yeah, it's fair to say right now he is.
How much did ASU's tempo have to do with the defensive miscues or?
0. Their tempo was fast, but it wasn't anything. I don't know that there was a time in the game that we were late getting lined up, didn't get the signal in. That's what's so frustrating, you know, that things happen. But, I mean, they're a good team. I mean, number 8 is a heck of a back. The quarterback's really a good player. You know, they averaged 40 points a game the last 2 years in the Pac-12. We know what they are. But I just know we could have and should have played better. I really do.
Coach, it seemed like a lot was in the time of possession. You guys had the big time of possession. You guys were able to dictate something.
Yeah, well, there was periods there when we had them back on their heels, you know, that we felt we were dictating the tempo of the game. And, you know, like I said, at halftime, I honestly thought we were going to come back and win that game. But then when you give up a minute and 52 drive, 75 yards for a touchdown, you know, right off the bat, you know, it's been the same thing. It's been the same thing. We did get a turnover. And did you see what that did for the momentum of our team, the momentum of our crowd? You know, we're all starving. You know, we're all starving to see us play better defense. And somehow we're going to get it done. We are going to get that done here. Because we got too much potential, man. We got too much potential in this program. And we can turn the corner. We just have to get it done.
What happened to Kimmy Carson?
Kimmy had some, I don't want to say, I think it was some concussion symptoms, you know, and he didn't play the second half.
What can be done to prevent the slow starts?
Tackle. You know, I mean, Joanne, my wife, she's been around a lot of football, and sometimes, you know, the simplest things hit you. You know, she was driving me to the Sheraton this morning. She said, "Why can't we tackle?" It's the truth. It's the truth, you know. I mean, it's the truth. We got to tackle. We got to. I mean, you know, the quarterback, the first 52-yard scramble, I think we missed a tackle up in the hole right there, Dakota. You know, we got to tackle. I mean, it's not that complicated, but we are not that far off. We are not that far off. I really believe that. You know, if we can just execute and get a little bit of confidence going on defense. We got confidence on offense. We really do. We need some confidence, but you have to execute to get confidence. I don't care how hard you try.
On their last touchdown pass, I mean, it looked like Dakota was trying to cover a wide receiver.
You know what? It was a great call by them. You know, we do a lot of strong safety fire from the field, and they had they checked to that, and they got the strong safety fire blocked. They turned to protection that way, and they ran kind of a cross-country route, really like UTEP ran, and we were in a zone blitz, a zone fire, and it was zone coverage, but he had to carry him all the way across the field. That was a great call by them. They executed that thing, and they outcoached us on that. That was a great call.
Daniel Henry, was he?
I'm not sure. You know, he got hurt there late in the game. We'll have to see. I do think Cranston Jones will be back. You know, the CT scan came back. There was no crack in his elbow. I do think Carlos Wiggins has a good chance to be back, and hopefully Cole's back. Okay, guys?
We had a lot of juice in the locker room at halftime. I mean, we were pretty excited, like, coming out the way we did with all the turnovers and everything. And, like, we were put in a pretty tough spot, but we were able to bounce back and, like, get the score down and everything. And then, I don't know, we just came out there the second half, and then we just had, kind of like what Coach Davie said, we had busts and we have a lot of missed tackles, and it hurts us as a defense.
Why do you feel the defense can't execute at times?
Maturity, I think. That's one thing is we're young. We just got to – it's easy. I mean, we play football. We've been playing since we were toddlers, so missing tackles is crazy. So I think that's the biggest thing. We just think too much. We're not playing football.
David, Coach Davie says it's not a lack of talent. I mean, you say it's maybe a lack of maturity, but just not wrapping up. Is it just guys not getting there in time?
It's just poor technique, I would say. Like I think that's something that we just kind of go over a lot in our heads and stuff, and it's just something that like kind of kills us. Once we get out there, we throughout practice and everything, we'll tackle well all week, and then we go out there and sometimes we have those busts, and then they just make something out of it. So.
How hard is it to think about this when you guys, it seemed like you were there, and like Coach said, you guys felt like you had a chance to win it?
I mean, it stings for sure. I mean, I feel sick to my stomach right now just thinking about it, and I mean that's the only way I can put it is that it stings.
What's the bye week do for you guys?
Bye week, I think it will be good. I mean, we all saw Daniel Henry hurt himself tonight, and Cranston will obviously have that extra week to get healthier, and then people that are banged up, I mean, it will help everybody as a team, and I think it will help us mature more as a team also, and let us come together and build some more chemistry that we're lacking a little right now.
Anything else for David?
Thank you, guys.
What was your first experience like out there?
Oh, you know, it's just a blessing. You know, you live up playing, you know, Pee Wee, looking at college football, NFL, just, you know, picturing yourself in those games, playing the video games, picturing yourself in those games. You know, to be out there is just a blessing. You know, I'm just so happy, you know, and fortunate to play with those other 10 players out there and just to, you know, help my team out.
And you look like you wanted to be there. You know what I mean? You didn't look nervous or scared or anything like that. You just was, hey, let's go. Am I right about that?
Yes, sir. You know, like I just said, like, you know, as a quarterback, you got to lead those 10 players. And to be honest, I couldn't be me without them. So that's the reason why I have the juice. That's the reason why I'm upbeat. I'm going because without them, you know, nobody can be themselves. And, you know, we need 11 players to win a game.
Lamar, you guys don't throw the ball a lot. You added another dimension. Do you feel comfortable getting in there and throwing it around a little bit?
Yes, sir. Offensive line gave great protection. The receivers, running backs have great hands, so I'm going to just give it to them.
How much do you think that can help you guys down the road to open up defenses by being able to throw the ball downfield?
It will help a lot, but I still think, you know, the game plan that we have to, you know, run heavy is still great, and we still need to execute as better as offense, you know, to get it done.
Coach talked about feeling like you guys could win this at halftime. How did you feel, and what was it like coming out?
Oh, I felt the same way. I felt great. It was my fault. I messed up on the fumble. I take that all on me. The offense did their job. Everyone did it. I didn't do my 111. And when we felt great, we were juiced up. Defense was juiced up. They got an important stop. I just take that on me on that fumble, that loss.
Lamar, how would you grade your first performance?
Honestly, I grade myself probably a C, because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, those 2 fumbles cost us. That's 14 points right there. And that could have just, changed the game right there. So I just, on my part, I'm a horrible critic on myself, so I just feel like I didn't do as well.
What did Coach tell you after the first fumble? Did you try to get your confidence back up?
Yes, sir. He just told me to settle down. It was my first series out there. I was a little antsy, just thinking too much, doing too much, to be honest. Gip did it perfect, like what we do in practice. I was just doing too much, being too antsy, not being sure on my read, and that was my fault. I should have pulled it, and instead I just gave it to him on his hip, and that was my fault.
Was it what you expected, getting in there and getting snaps? Was the pace faster? What was it like?
Oh, yes, sir. The pace was just perfectly fine. Just pictured like how our defense played on when we were at Ruidoso, when we were scrimmaging, when we were practicing. Just to be honest, the reason why I played the way I played is because of those 10. They helped me slow it down. In the huddle, they're talking to me, saying, slow down, you got it, just calm down. It's the first game. That's what always happens. I just thank the other 10 players out there.
How fun was that, man? Just knowing, like you're on national TV, you finally get in the game, you get settled, and you bring your team back.
Oh, it was very fun, because it's always fun, playing football. We're all blessed and fortunate to be out there. And I just think of it as a blessing. You're going to have fun. I just have fun with my friends that I play with every day, to be honest.
And the bye week, what are you looking forward to?
The bye week, just working on better mechanics as myself, footworks, meshes with the running backs, just better myself. You can always get better each and every day. So I feel like that bye week is going to help the whole team, and we're going to come out a new, different team that no one's ever seen before.
Did Cole give you any tips?
Oh, yeah, Cole was helping me the whole game, throughout the game, telling me what linebackers, safeties, D linemen were doing. He was helping me on my pitch reads, telling me just to calm down. To be honest, I looked to him because, he had a lot of experience. And so he told me just to calm down, just have fun, pretend like it's an everyday thing. You play football for a living, so might as well just go have fun.
Do you think you earned a spot as the number 2 quarterback now in the rotation?
To be honest, I don't know, and I don't care, to be honest. Clay Mitchum's a great quarterback. Cole's a great quarterback. And I'll just do whatever I can to, help a team win.
How does that affect your confidence getting your first game under your belt?
Oh, it helps a lot. Arizona State was a good team. And I know going in there, it's going to be a tough match. There's not going to be no pushover. So it helped a lot, getting that under my belt. But still, in my heart as a competitor, I still wanted to win. And I still feel like I lost and I did too much out there. And I think I could have, I guess I did too much, to be honest. Yeah, doing way too much.
What a drag it was to have that 75-yarder come back.
I mean, that happens in football, I think it was a great block. I don't think it was a cut at all or whatever they called. Edlin did his job. That's what you do. Offensive line did their job. I did my job. Drell did his job. That happens in football. So, you got to go back, got to score again.